Welcome everyone. SSG is proud to bring you its latest product, the Human Potential Accelerator, also known as HPA. Let's start off by logging into your timesheets dashboard. Once there, you shall see that there are two new additions to what was your old My HR dashboard. These new additions are your Update My Info, which will allow you to update any personal information that is on KEY360, as well as the much larger HPA button. The reason why we created HPA was because we wanted to be able to centralize all the HR solutions that are in KEY360 and create a workforce that is empowered, engaged, and energized. We do this by completing surveys, grid questions, issuing and receiving kiddos, completing performance reviews, and playing the KEY360 game. I'm sure you've all heard of the KEY360 game, which is based on cryptocurrency. I know we all want to make some more money. HPA itself is divided into 18 different categories, and you'll be able to see your progress that you have made over that specific time period or cycle by viewing the gauge below the button. Let's start by clicking on the HPA button. Now on the HPA My Access page, you'll see that it is split into three different sections, each with its own specific purpose. The first section is to help empower you to control what you know about the company and what your development plan is. The second section is about engaging you in terms of taking part in the company and understanding what the company is trying to sell. The third section is to make sure that an individual is energized and excited to do the job that they are doing. To do this, you need to change each of the indicators from red into green. You're doing this by completing the requirements of the 18 categories within the three sections. Alright, let's take you through the survey input type. We'll start off by going through the culture. So click on the culture button. This will bring up the My Culture Survey landing page. On this page, you'll see a grid window, which allows you to select the status, but we'll get back to that later. First, I want you to click on the Click to Complete Survey button. This will take you to a web page that has all of the multiple choice surveys on them. So you'll choose, because you're doing the culture survey, you'll choose the SSG Culture Multiple Choice Questionnaire. In this questionnaire, you'll be asked to answer 3 questions. Each question will have its own drop down with 4 answers underneath it. Once you have answered each question, you click on Submit Survey Response. Now you may close the tab. Back on the My Culture Survey landing page, you now have to change the status to completed. Once you've changed the status to completed, you must add a comment, which can be as easy as just saying done, and then save and close. This will now update the page, and once you click the My Access page button, it will take you back to My Access page, and your indicator for the culture survey will have turned green. You will do these steps for each of the survey questions, being strategy, culture, values, core competence, organogram, USP, and happiness. Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's have a look at the grid input type. For this, we'll be clicking on event attendance and going to that grid view. So in this grid view, you'll be asked to write down any events that you attended in the last 14 days. So then you'll put underneath that, you'll say which events you attended, such as team building. You can then tick both the question and your answer, and then multiple change their current statuses. statuses should be changed to completed, and you can add a comment like done. Then save and close, and you can close this tab now. The indicator will still show red as your access page is not yet refreshed, so this is not a problem. Your grid input types are development plan, event attendance, mentor meetings, innovation, dopamine, social investment, and remuneration. These can all be answered in the same way as event attendance. The only one that's a bit different is remuneration. We shall now go in there. So under remuneration, you shall write down what you will do to warrant an increase. So you'll say something such as increasing your KEY360 knowledge. And then there's a drop down next to it, which you can choose the value that you believe is commensurate with what you plan to do. You then tick both of these, the question and your answer, and you bulk change status. Change the status to completed, add a comment, and then save and close. You may now close this tab. Welcome back. Let's have a look at Keydos, Performance, and the KEY360 game. So going into Keydos issued, you will see that there are two grid windows, the top being your status and the bottom one showing you as the nominator and any individual within the company being the nominee. So if you have nominated anyone for Keydos, they'll show up on the list below here. And if there is anyone on the list, you will then need to change your status to say completed. Add a comment, and then save and close. Back on my access page, the indicator for Keydos issued will now show green, showing that it has been updated. Your Keydos received is the same as your Keydos issued, except in this case it is you receiving Keydos from someone else within the company. The Performance tab and the KEY360 game have not yet been implemented but will be soon. Welcome back everyone. So on the right hand side of your access page, you'll see that there are 5 summary buttons, being my participation, am I empowered, am I engaged, am I energized, and total ownership. Let's have a look at my participation first. So under my participation, you will see that there are several gauges and histograms. Your gauges will show you your score for the current cycle, whereas the histograms will show you your score for your previous 4 cycles. My participation this cycle, on the left hand side, the gauge will show you how many of the 18 categories you have answered. On the left hand side, it will show you the gauges for your empowered, your engaged, your energized. These will be out of 6, as there are 6 categories each. Going back to my access page, we shall now have a look at the Am I Empowered summary page. So on the Am I Empowered page, you'll see that there are the 6 categories being strategy, culture, values, core competence, organogram, and development plan. You'll see that there are gauges and histograms for each of these showing your current score and your score over the last 4 cycles. Back to my access page. Your Am I Engaged and Am I Energized summary buttons will take you to their respective pages, which are set up in the same way as the Am I Empowered page. The total ownership page, when going into it, will show you a page very similar to my participation. However, on this page it will show you the participation for the entire company. The participation is also split into participation in the cycle for the entire HPA, as well as the three subheadings, being empowered, engaged, and energized. So this is HPA in its entirety. We thank you for watching this video, and we hope you enjoy this interactive take on employee engagement. Thank you for watching.